All right, good morning, good evening, good night. Another episode of Good Morning Crypto. We're coming at you hot with the latest news from around the cryptocurrency industry. This is the LADZ City network, baby. We're blowing up. We're having ourselves a good time. Again, I am Nifty Q. I'm going to be basically breaking down the entire market for you today. We're going to talk prices, absolutely booming. We're going to talk LADZ City. We're going to talk DeFi. We're going to talk NFTs. We are going to hit the gamut, man. And we're blowing up. We're blowing up. I don't know if you guys can tell, but we are absolutely blowing up. ESP Academy's in the house saying, new to chat, what is OVOT? That is our vibe, our tribe, my friend. And yes, welcome to the tribe. OVOT. Guys, I know I'm blocking a little bit of this announcement here, but welcome to Season 2. This announcement's going to come on, I think it's going to come early. Now, the season will start August 1st, 2021. But the announcement's going to come early. Be on the lookout this week as we get set to launch Season 2. Shout out to the chat, man. Let me get to this. Also, let me know if the music is coming through all right. Need to turn it down. Need to turn it up. You let me know. Patrick Starr's in the house saying potato. We have Choina's in the house. Matt Radke. Easy in Crypto. Shaggy Down. Small Town Cowboy. Tigbo. Crypto Stamina. Oh My Coins. Gem Monk. And Tigbo's making sure to let you know we're not a tribe or a cult. Tongue twist. All right, man. I'm excited for this one. Again, the market updates are going to come right after this. We're going to touch some LADZ City stuff. I'm going to recap last week. It feels good to be green right now. Feels good to be green. A lot of us think that the market has bottomed. I'm going to take you through Glassnode and some of their insights. We're going to touch on some charts here. I'm not drawing any squigglies, but we got ETH BTC, we got BTC USD up here. We're going to take a look at that. And then, of course, Glassnode taking us through some of this analysis. They do a great job of breaking down very complex reasonings why the market's going up into very clear points, and I'm here to break that down for you. Obviously, we got to hit breaking news, quick hits, DeFi, and NFTs. We're absolutely getting after it, man, and the market's getting after it too. So, real quick, this is Good Morning Crypto. I've explained that multiple times already, so I'm not going to go too far into it. If you want me to cover a story, whether it be Bitcoin, blockchain, anything, you let me know, drop it in the chat, and I will cover it. We got some things to get to today. Episode breakdown really quick. We're going to hit Elon Musk a little bit in breaking news. We're going to touch on some regulatory stuff, right? The market's popping off right now. But we're also dealing with some regulatory scrutiny here as we kind of make our way to the global stage. So Tether, we got Binance, we got FTX, we got BlockFi getting hit really hard, Uniswap as well, and kind of taking either a preemptive step to fight regulation or they're actually being targeted by regulators already. Within DeFi, we're going to touch Uni. Sushi's been doing super well. I'm a big fan of that platform. Thorchain got hacked. Covering that, of course. We got top 5 DeFi tokens there. And then NFTs, man. I got to hit NFTs because we have a big drop this week. A couple big drops, actually. But the one that is happening today. So get your wallets ready. Get your ETH ready. StonerCats. Absolutely gigantic debate in LADZ City. Gigantic debate. I mean, first of all, again, LADZ City's blowing up. Thank you so much, Hashruns, for putting live stream there. NFT chat was absolutely blowing up. What I'm about to take you through is all of the NFT chats from just the last 3 hours. I mean, this is all, touching on different NFT projects, but a lot of it had to do with StonerCats and what everybody was getting into today. It was a mixed bag, okay? It was definitely a mixed bag. But we have StonerCats coming out today. We have YGG, their token sale. Whelps is another one I'm going to cover. And then we're going to hit a little bit of Animoca brand. So those are some big ass drops. Whelps is going to sell out. StonerCats is going to sell out. YGG is going to sell out. So good luck, my fellow lads. But NFT chat was absolutely popping off. Everybody that was in there this morning, shout out to you guys. Because you are providing the value to people that come in, experience the city, and they're saying, holy crap, there's so much alpha being dropped here. That's you guys. So again, our vibe, our tribe there, and we will get to a little bit of a recap here. I don't want to spend too much time. This is LADZ City, baby. We've got all of these content creators, all of these channels on our network. We're a multi-channel community here, cross-project social token community, multi-channel network. We see NFT Arcade, Layer 1 Podcast, Good Morning Crypto, NFT Live, Easy Street, and just getting after it, man. Look at these guys. Look at these guys just getting after it on NFT Arcade. Easy Street had Louis C. Rhymes in on Thursday. We had Ronan the Collector, one of our awesome lads. I know I have to get an ad blocker. We had Ronan the Collector on the Layer 1 Podcast, man. So doing a lot of things here in the city this past week. I mean, Yield Guild was just 5 days ago. That seems like 10 years. Upcoming for this week is going to be here. Let's get a list really quick. So Fun Uncle was yesterday. Shout out to Fun Uncle making it happen. NFT Arcade was also yesterday. Good Morning Crypto's happening right now. NFT Live tomorrow. Layer 1 Podcast on Wednesday. Young Content is making his way into the city. We're adding to our content creator roster here. Young Content, he does a great job creating a little bit of fun times. He does a comedy show there. He's all into NFTs, which of course we're huge fans of. Easy Street is also going to be after that debut show on 10 p.m. Eastern Standard. NFT Live, LADZ City Radio. We're getting after it every day, baby. We're getting after it, man. Content every day, and it's showing, man. 7,300, almost 7,400 subscribers now. 2,000 in the Discord. I mean, it's a hockey stick for us, baby. All right, there are 30 of you guys in the house. We want to get to the week ahead. We already broke down the episode here. All-time high is going to be 48. So if we hit 48, you have my love and appreciation. Maybe we'll drop some lads. We'll see what we got to do. If it's your first time, leave a subscribe. And if it's not and you're a lad or you're not a lad, please leave a like. It definitely helps the episode. So, woo! How'd I do? How'd I do there? I know how the market's doing. We're getting after it, man. Bitcoin is up big. We're sitting at almost 40K, up 23% in the 7 days. Almost most of that coming here in the last 24 hours. BitTorrent in the past 24 hours, guys. BitTorrent sitting up at the top. AMP, Thorchain, Synthetics, Hollow. You can see some big winners there. Polygon, I'm a big fan of. 7 days. Who's up at the top? Axie Infinity. A little bit of ICP in there, Polygon as well, Dash, Sushi, Aave. There's some good DeFi tokens here that are doing really well. So in general, a big time recovery here for the market. A lot of us think it bottomed. I would tend to say it does. It does look like that. I'll take you into Glassnode and see why that is. BTC USD, this is the daily chart. We can see the daily chart here. That's a beautiful daily candle. That is an absolutely phenomenal daily candle as we zoom in here. So it looks like we found support right around 29K. We found that support on the daily. Again, not going to draw squigglies, but we can see we were ranging in here for a little while. We were trying to figure out, hey, where is this market going? It wasn't looking good, and we recently just popped. Some fundamental news behind that, which we'll get into, but it's just beauty. It's a beauty to see this, guys. So happy to have a little bit of nice action here as we bounced off of 29K all the way up to 40 in the matter of a few days there. ETH BTC does not look that good. I mean, this is actually, in my opinion, bullish for you altcoin holders. We're seeing this massive market pump, and ETH BTC is not keeping up. Shout out to Crypto for Life. First time watching the show. Shout out to you, my brother. I appreciate you stopping by here. We're breaking down the whole crypto markets. If you have anything that you want me to cover, throw it out. Let me know what coins you're in. Do your own damn research, of course. Flubber's in the house. Flubber, our new guardian. I feel the energy today, man. So ETH BTC not looking that good. This is actually, in my opinion, bullish. We haven't seen the altcoins kind of pop here. We see on the daily ETH BTC dropping as of a couple days ago. So we'll monitor this. It looks like, usually the case, BTC pumps, that flows in altcoins. We'll be monitoring that for sure. Lastly, I'll touch on a Decrypt piece here. They're kind of covering markets, right? Bitcoin eyes 40K after weekend surge. One of the reasons they're talking about BTC being up 30%, ETH being up 22% since its low is Elon. I hate to even say his name here because I feel like he has an outsized influence on the markets. But Elon Musk tweeted the other day. It was on a conference call, I believe, here with Twitter. Jack Dorsey. They were in Twitter Spaces. They were talking about owning more BTC. He mentioned that SpaceX holds Bitcoin. He mentioned that Tesla still owns Bitcoin. So, regardless of how you feel about it as an OG, Elon tweets, Elon talks. Depending on if it's bearish or bullish, the market goes a certain way. So, seems that he holds some sway. Other than Elon Musk, we had Square and Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey, as well as ARK Invest CEO Cathie Wood, saying, we own Bitcoin. We're big on Bitcoin. We are going balls to the wall. A crypto job listing at Amazon, which we'll touch on later as we get into quick news. So some fundamental reasons why we bounced there. But really, I feel like we just hit a bottom because of the amount of holders that we have here in crypto. I mean, we're going to touch on Glassnode here in a second, but the behavior of people in crypto as we came down from 60K was we're holding. You know, there was some capitulation, don't get me wrong, but there was a lot of support there around 30K, around 29K from not much from the institutions, but a lot of spot people not fully capitulating. I remember back in 2017, it was, hey, you know, market's going up, mom and pop want to get in, then the crash, and they were out of it. What we saw from Bitcoin going to 60K to 30K, at least in my personal opinion, retail was still interested. Retail was still interested in getting in. So there was massive support there. Don't forget to move oh my goodness. All right, if you're here for market talk, I'm still getting used to it, guys. One day I will have a producer here on this show. Thank you so much, Small Town Cowboy. I'm going to get to some of these comments, man. Tigbo saying it's a hot market. Nick Swerve is saying young content's going to be entertaining for sure. Crypto for Life is asking, could you share your view on Trius, please? Would love to know your take. Not familiar off the top of my head what you're speaking on really quick. Trius is not a token that I'm familiar with. I can pull it up 26% here in the last 24 hours. Yeah, let me get into that as I move my way into the episode. We'll definitely get back to Trius and see if we can't break it down. But guys, gonna get into Glassnode. The Glassnode is great if you allow it to be. Glassnode can be a little bit much, but if you actually can just take the bits and pieces that they want you to get without getting lost in the weeds, you can 100% take some value here. So this is on-chain analysis from Glassnode. I've got all the links in the description if you want to keep up. The week on chain for Glassnode here, they're showing you a little bit. Week 31, Monday morning squeeze. And a squeeze is the right term for it. A lot of what happened this morning and last night had to do with leverage trading. That's one of the first things that we're going to touch on here with Glassnode. And here's basically what we're going to break down. We're going to break down the leverage and shorts getting squeezed. We're going to break down on-chain activity being quiet. And we're going to talk about whether this pump is going to last. What we saw in 2017, 2018, if you guys were around, and sometimes my memory, kind of forgets this. In 2017, we saw the rise, and then as Bitcoin, fell down from that 20K mark, alts pumped that summer. Bitcoin hit its all-time high in February or December timeframe. We saw a crash, and then alts actually pumped again. You saw kind of a secondary, more of a reversal there, and then it was a complete bear market after that. And so what we're determining here is this pump exit liquidity for big-time holders. That's what you have to be looking at. So that's what we're going to be looking at. Again, you see the Bitcoin price here. Glassnode doing a great job. Low of 29K, week 30. So shorts squeezing higher. And what this means is, and I'm going to go to this second chart here, open interest in perpetual markets has remained flat. You can see this chart as you kind of make it go along. This is the amount of open interest, so amount of leverage trading essentially, and futures and all of these different pieces for institutional, for retail. Leverage trading remained flat and then saw a pickup of 1.4 billion this past week. So over the past 2 months, ranging between 10 and 12 billion since May, over the last week, perpetual futures open interest climbed by a notable 1.4 alongside the rally in price. Oftentimes, elevated open interest starts to increase probabilities of a volatile leverage squeeze, which is exactly what we saw. So people shorting the market, thinking that this is a bear market, all at once getting hit with liquidations, that's going to push us up further very quickly. And that's exactly what we saw. So that's the first thing they're touching on here. Open interest gaining. The same thing here. Futures open interest. This is just basically saying how much of it is cash and how much of it's crypto. Don't have to worry. I'm learning along with you guys. I've been following Glassnode for a good amount of time. Definitely want to, if you have institutional knowledge, if you are a trader here and you've got some insights, let us know. But basically, they're just breaking down that open interest in cash has increased as well. Whereas open interest in crypto, so leverage with crypto, leverage with USDC, Tether, yada yada, on the rise here. So, not going to break down too much of that, but again, what we're seeing is that liquidation. Look, here we go, right here. Bitcoin future short liquidations at all exchanges, 121 liquidated, boom, overnight. So indeed, during Monday's rally, almost $120 million in shorts were liquidated in an hour, which largely confirms that a short squeeze was a primary driving force of what we're seeing. So whenever you see massive volatility here, where we're shooting up very quickly, it's not oftentimes spot. It's these guys that are levering up to 50x, 20x, whatever, getting liquidated. And when someone gets liquidated on a short, instantly triggers that buy, and we start to shoot up. All right, on-chain activity remaining quiet. Not going to touch on too much. I'm gonna stay very general here with Glassnode today. Basically, what they're saying is, although we've seen the increase in price, on-chain activity has not increased. So we see this at the Jan highs or February highs that we see $16 billion a day in transfer volume happening for BTC. That hasn't caught up. That has not caught up. They're basically breaking down that it could be a lagging indicator, meaning maybe we see volume increase as the price increases. So obviously you don't want to get to a point where you see complete capitulation in red here. So on-chain activity, important for long-term kind of fundamentals, right? You want to see a lot of volume happening on-chain, but it's not the end-all be-all. In fact, they also say, this might be, it remains to be seen whether on-chain volume starts to pick up in response to recent volatile price action. So not much we're getting out of there, but it's good to kind of look at this and say, hey, volume's still a little bit low. And then here's the big portion, and I don't want to get too much lost in the weeds, on-chain entities. So people like setting up companies or people interacting with multiple wallets is going up. We've covered that a little bit. Not going to get caught up. Network profitability is important. This is the big one that you have to be paying attention to. If you completely shut me out for the rest of the episode and you listen to this one point, this is basically the most important part of what they're breaking down. It's that, is this going to be a bull run that sustains itself, or is it an exit liquidity pump, which we again saw in 2018? That's what you have to see. So TLDR here are people that are holding long term. So old coins is what they call it. If you hold it for longer than a year, are they moving on this pump? Because if it's a big, bull trend, people are holding hard. If we see people that have held for years, usually in large amounts, start to sell, it's probably an indicator that this could be an exit liquidity bump. So realized price, not going to get too much in that. Basically, they're saying with this last pump, there are a lot of people in profit. So that's important, right? So in the context of past market cycles, we can use realized cap. So they're talking about, realized price, people in profit. Here we can see trading in a zone that is historically reached in 3 circumstances, and they break down 3: early bull cycle, mid bear cycle, double pump. That's what we have to be looking at here. So you can see here in 2013, we saw a large pump as it relates to kind of the people in profit, a massive dump, and then in a short amount of time went straight back up, but it was not long-lived. And that's where we have to be concerned. Again, you see it here in 2017. This is what I mentioned. People in profit. Boom. Goes up in 2017. There's the 20K. It falls, and then it pumps right back up before this 2-year-long bear. So we have to continuously watch, are there going to be people in profit? And what are they doing? What are they doing with their tokens? Are they selling? Then we could get a situation again like we saw right here in 2018 and like we saw here in 2014. So we're not out of the woods yet. So not going to break down too much of this chart here, but basically in this zone, you're seeing a lot of people that are holding losses. We just bumped out of that. So short-term holders, people holding less than a year, were holding losses for about a couple months. Makes sense. We just bumped out of that. So again, now that people are in profit, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? So I'm going to break down this paragraph here. We can also investigate the volume of supply that is returned to profitability during this short squeeze. This provides us with the estimate of coin volume, yada, yada, yada. So basically, almost 11% of the circulating supply came back into profit. That's a lot of people seeing gains there. And here's the most important point, and we will pop out a Glassnode. Spent old coins. So again, old hands. This is what we're looking at. Finally, we review whether there are any signs of older profitable coins being spent on chain to take advantage of market strength for exit liquidity, what we just broke down. What would be relatively bearish is to see a significant increase in older coins longer than a year spending during this relief rally. So far, we have not seen such behavior. If general dormancy, and here's the bull or bear case, if general dormancy of older coins persists, it would suggest conviction to hold remains relatively strong, then we're going up. Conversely, if these people start spending in mass, it would indicate a flush of liquid coins and basically that dump. So that's the last chart here. Really want to take a look at this, guys. That's the big piece. Is this kind of a double pump situation where we saw that last pump a couple months ago? We did with something weak hands capitulated, but not a lot of us. And then is this second pump going to allow people to get out, or are we just taking off to the moon? So if you've been following this channel, you've been looking at some Glassnode stuff. I've been breaking it down. You know that in a time of a pump, so in January 2017, what you see starting in Jan 2017 all the way to the end of that bull run, it's old hands selling to new entrants. They're distributing their tokens to more people. We saw the same thing, this distribution here, in 2021. Distribution. And then in times of the bear market, they're not doing a bunch. So do we start to see people moving? So last piece, this spike right here means there are a lot of old tokens moving. This is people saying, I'm getting the fuck out. I've been holding, I think, again, we're coming back up here. You can see it in like April 2018. Altcoins were flying. That's that big band. If we see that band, boom, start to come back up here, then it's time to jump ship. Do your own damn research, not investment advice. But that's what we see. We haven't seen it yet. We haven't seen it yet. So we'll be monitoring that, guys, as we hit 40K on stream. So BTC is now at 40K. Unreal. Unreal. Okay, we will get into the next piece. No breaking news. I mean, okay. I'll touch on it. We already kind of hit it. Not much breaking news other than the market is actually, doing super well. Elon Musk says SpaceX has bought Bitcoin. He personally owns Ethereum Doge. Jack Dorsey and Cathie Wood. We already talked about this, so just kind of filling up that breaking news section. But that is the fundamental reason probably why we're seeing a ton of movement there in the market. As sucky it is to say, Elon still moves that market. So not much breaking news there, but we will get to the rest of the market and touch on a little DeFi, a little NFTs, a little quick news. So let's get to quick news, and we have some good ones. I'm going to take a look at chat really quick. So hit me up, guys. It's always a better episode when you guys are kind of following along and making sure that you're getting involved in the episode. There are about 35 of you guys in the house. Crypto Stamina says LFG. All right, so along with the bullish news that we have with Elon Musk, a lot of the news this week has been primarily filled with a little bit of regulatory FUD. Right, so we see the first piece, Tether, which is the USD stablecoin. Potentially, they've shown that they're backed 1-to-1 here, I believe. So long term, Tether has had to deal with this idea that they were just printing money out of thin air, kind of like the U.S. government. But they've got to be held to standards where if you print $1 billion, you need to be able to back that 1-to-1 with actual USD and reserves. Well, Tether, it looks like, is coming out and getting hit with a Department of Justice probe. Now, if you're an OG, you know what this is. This is basically the go-to FUD for regulators, for anybody, right? Anybody wants to FUD the market, Tether. Hey, can I slow this down a little bit? Tether. Can we get a reversal? Can I fill my bags? Tether. So it's not new by any means, but we'll still cover it, right? So Bloomberg actually came out with this. If they let me actually view without seeing big ass advertisements here. So Tether executives said to face criminal probes. Nothing has come from Tether. Department of Justice has declined to comment. They've been complying with a lot of this regulation here. So Tether routinely has open dialogue with law enforcement agencies, including the DOJ, as part of our commitment to cooperation and transparency. So you do have a statement from Tether there. This is going to be a long-term thing, as it is with regulation across the board. But it's really the part of a bigger story. Right? So you have Tether kind of facing this regulatory FUD. FTX and Binance, I'm going to add on to this story here. FTX and Binance removing high leverage from their exchanges. So what does this mean? It means that they're getting in front of a little that Tether's getting hit with right now. They're getting in front of potential regulatory scrutiny. They're saying, okay, let's take 100x off the table to protect users, right? So they're protecting users, taking high leverage off the board, and they're coming down to 20x. Statement from SBF here, the owner of FTX. This is the industry. This is a direction that the industry is headed and has been headed for a while. So that's really the piece here, guys, is regulation across the board as we get more popular. That's what it is. Uniswap is facing this. All of the biggest exchanges that are going to come under heat, you can see they're getting in front of some of this stuff. Crypto for Life is saying, will the ongoing rat race to mint CBDCs by various countries impact crypto negatively going forward? Love that question, man. Love that question. That's the type of question I want to have on Layer 1. That's an old school right there. Good morning, crypto. As we cover the entire crypto market. So will the ongoing rat race to mint CBDCs by various countries? I would say majority, yes. I mean, you're definitely going to see a good amount of people become used to transacting digitally, but that's already kind of happening. And what you'll see with these CBDCs is they'll ban other crypto tokens in favor of the CBDC of that native country. So I would say I would lean negative there, but I want to get everybody's take as well. Expo saying Federal Reserve has been buying up debt, not printing money. The same idea of weakening the dollar, but using different means. Practice Star saying, but come on, anything above 2x leverage is straight up casino, not crypto. I mean, they've been printing money for a fairly long time here. They printed more money in like one specific quarter than they had printed in years past. Moonboy saying, better learn Solidity and coding real quick. All these decentralized front ends like Uniswap will cave to regs happening now. The unbacked stable criticism is warranted. I'm pretty sure Tether came out recently and was able to prove that they had this. I know that that's been FUD for a long time. I know that that's been FUD for a long time, but I believe in like the past year they've been able to prove that they've actually had that one-to-one backing. Moonboy, I like the comments coming through here. Flubber saying seeing delistings of synths too. Those will be the first ones delisted, the ones that represent some type of stock. We saw that with Uniswap. We'll get to Uniswap there in the DeFi section, but that's the conversation. You have a bunch of DeFi protocols. Which ones are going to truly be decentralized and which ones are going to show a little bit of their colors? If they're doxed, it's over. It's already over, in my opinion. We see that with Uniswap right now. They're going to protect their asses. Since this was a big conversation in LADZ as well this week. And the conversation was, I don't want to put the cart in front of the horse here with talking Uni, because we're going to talk to it later. We are going to see a lot of this coming from DeFi protocols. Uniswap is only the first. Crypto Salmon is saying the case with Tether was pretty weak. If you look through the docs they released, I'm not surprised. It's always been a little bit it's always been a little shady. So I appreciate you dropping by with those comments. Xbox saying I'll just race my chickens to feed my family. I hope that's a chicken derby comment, because I'm with you. So once we hit DeFi, we will touch on this Uniswap. We'll start with that story. I want to make it through the rest of this. We left off here at FTX and Binance. They're removing more than 100x leverage, or more than 50x leverage, actually. Wait, they're doing a bunch of down to 20x. So only 20x. There's a good comment here that I want to get to. Patrick starts saying anything above 2x leverage is straight up casino, not crypto. Agreed. That'll be the easiest piece for regulators to go after. So they're kind of getting in front of that one. The other regulatory piece here, the last one I have, is going to be BlockFi. BlockFi's come under a lot of scrutiny. Vermont joins New Jersey, Alabama, and Texas. So now you have 4 states and the regulatory bodies within them coming out and claiming that their interest accounts are unregistered securities. BlockFi's come back and said, hey, we first of all the products are online. There were some people that were saying, hey, we need to remove from BlockFi because what's going to happen here? Not an unwarranted claim either. So regulators allege that BlockFi's interest accounts, which advertise high returns for customers that deposit crypto, amount to unregistered securities, which is kind of bullshit. And when I say kind of, it's extreme bullshit, especially with, they got themselves in trouble probably with a couple other tokens. I know they've added to their products. Bitcoin's already come out. Ethereum's already come out as being, I believe the regulators have come out and said they're not securities. Gets a little dicey as you add more products. But Coinbase is doing this. They're offering interest on multiple currencies. So are you going to go after Coinbase? So BlockFi is coming under incredible scrutiny here with 4 different states coming at it all at once. They deny that these accounts constitute security offerings. Here's the tweet from July 23rd. This is directly from BlockFi again. We are in active dialogue with multiple regulators to demonstrate that BlockFi interest accounts is not a security and should not be regulated as one. And they go on to say BlockFi is fully operational for existing clients everywhere in the world. BlockFi has done massive raises. Massive raises. So there's a lot of institutional clients. I wonder what the outflow there has been from BlockFi with all this scrutiny. So, all right, guys, that is the regulatory FUD, right? Tether, BlockFi, FTX, and Binance all coming under a little bit of scrutiny. Those are some of the biggest companies in crypto. And it is what it is. We'll touch on Uniswap here in a second. 2 quick pieces of news. Reddit is using Arbitrum. So Arbitrum roll-ups here, bringing Ethereum to Reddit scale production. They had a competition of sorts for what they were going to launch. The Reddit piece here, the integration here with Reddit, which they did a while ago with these moons and bricks. It was back in almost a year ago at this time. They launched testnet version of their moons and bricks. So they're rewarding people within Reddit with tokens. Really cool move by Reddit, by the way. So they'll be using this layer 2 rollups with Arbitrum, using Brinc at first and then moving to the mainnet. So big win for Arbitrum and that rollup layer 2 solution there. I'm sure there were a lot of others competing for that. Optimistic rollups one. Looks like we have that mentioned here in the article, ZK rollups. But they found Arbitrum to be the most promising scaling tech for community points. All right, Chona asked about this earlier as we finish out quick news, and I will move the ticker, I promise. Amazon, this is another fundamental piece. So along with Elon, along with Twitter, along with a couple institutional people coming out and buying BTC, this was the other fundamental piece. Amazon says it's exploring cryptocurrency payments, and they actually posted a job for blockchain related positions. So here's a quote, I guess Decrypt got out of an Amazon spokesperson. We're inspired by the innovation happening in the crypto space and are exploring what this could look like on Amazon. We believe this is freaking bullish. We believe the future will be built on new technologies that enable modern and fast, inexpensive payments, and hope to bring that future to Amazon's customers. Wow. That's huge. Again, it looks like the spokesperson was anonymous, but wow. If Amazon gets involved in crypto in any way, shape, or form, be one of the biggest things to ever happen in crypto, bar none. You have the biggest company in the world getting into cryptocurrency. It's kind of scary. It's like that next leg up. All right, you guys are absolutely killing the chat as we go forward. Appreciate the comments that flurried in over the past couple minutes. Xbox saying, if it turns into a casino, then don't let Q near the blackjack tables. Don R says, crypto investing is one thing, but my bet is on what blockchain enables as a tech. I'm building, not investing. Love that ethos, man. Moonboy saying BlockFi catching the heat hard reminds me of the BitConnect days and all the cease and desist letters then shortly after. Yeah, I listen, I wasn't in... I don't remember exactly the timeline with BitConnect. Just wasn't involved in that platform. I didn't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole right off the bat. BlockFi is much more buttoned up, in my opinion. They offer a different product as well. So, yeah, it's tough that they're facing this, but definitely not. Again, the whole idea here with why I bring this to you guys, it's expected. You have all of the biggest products in crypto being hit first. So it'll be interesting to monitor how the regulation goes forward, but this is always going to be the case as we got bigger. So, all right, we are moving on into DeFi and NFTs. Thank you guys for popping in today. Good morning, crypto. Good afternoon, good night, wherever you are in the world. Crypto for Life is saying a little birdie is telling that Amazon would be accepting crypto to increase profitability by avoiding paying credit card fees. Boom. Moonboy saying not saying BitConnect should be equated to BlockFi. BlockFi is a real company. Well said. I was confused by the shortly after comment. So Choino wanted that Amazon news, and we're giving it to him. Expo says, would that look like just Amazon getting BTC payments or sellers on Amazon getting BTC payments as well? It's probably the first one. I doubt that Amazon's going to go hardcore into, allowing people to, or even wanting to have that user interface that gets people BTC. But who knows? We've seen Robinhood. We've seen a lot of these big user-facing apps getting more users. People are starting to be comfortable. But I doubt on the majority, a lot of these retailers want to accept BTC. All right, we are moving into DeFi, and the big story from the past week and a big debate from the past week has been Uniswap. And to set the mood a little bit, we really have to talk about the funds that Uniswap raised. So that honestly set the foundation there. Since Uniswap has gotten that VC raise, which they did some 8 months ago, I think, that has shaped their ethos and shaped the way they moved. So if you have that foundation, you understand the moves that Uniswap is making. The story here is that Uniswap Labs restricts access to certain tokens through its interface, citing evolving regulatory landscape. Do you notice a trend here? Notice the trend. Uniswap is trying to be the biggest decentralized exchange in the world. They don't give a shit about a launch pad and all these different products and basically everything that Sushi is attacking. They don't care. They want to be the biggest DEX in the world. That's it. Laser focused on that, and they're going to have some regulatory landscapes to hurdle. Market is on a rip right now. What's BTC at? What do we got? ETH BTC's going down, so might be good. Let me see if I can't pull this up. 40,340. Yeah, we are ripping. All right, so back to that story really quick, or not really quick, because we're going to spend some time here, and I want to get y'all's take on this. We have Uniswap Labs restricting access to tokens. A decentralized exchange saying we are removing tokens. Right off the bat, just right off the top there, you have a DeFi protocol product saying we're removing tokens. That's not the ethos. So you're going to get a lot of pushback. Now they did say, and this was the kind of rallying cry of the people that came to the defense of Uniswap, it's only our front end. It's not the protocol. You can interact with it from another, route. You can still interact with the contracts. The protocol doesn't go down. The protocol is decentralized, not the front end. Doesn't do it for me, man. Doesn't do it for me. But again, you look at the moves Uniswap has made since getting VC funding, and this is the route they're going. It's more CeFi. It's a move towards centralized finance. Aave is moving towards that as well. They're offering institutional with KYC. Get used to it. So this is a statement from the team. The evolving regulatory landscape in its an explanation of cuts. Uniswap Labs. The news comes on the heels of heightened scrutiny on tokens imitating token offerings that are typically regulated at the exchange level. That's important, guys. So what's happening here is they're removing synthetic assets. So if you have a decentralized Tesla stock, so at you Tesla or you Amazon, they don't want that on their platform. So they removed it. They removed over 100, looks like, Tether Gold, and stocks like Mirror Amazon, Mirror Tesla. So here's the debate, and I'm gonna throw it to the chat because I think it's not healthy. We're gonna get into some arguments here, but it's healthy to talk about it out loud and have the discussion. Uniswap going this route is bullish or bearish, is the right move or the wrong move. I've already kind of laid out my opinion here. You're going to see which protocols, which exchanges, which projects are decentralized and which are centralized. Hayden does not want to end up in jail. The Uniswap Labs does not want to end up in jail. So they got to cover their asses. Is that a good thing for the movement of DeFi? I don't know. Oh, and Moonboy dropped it right there. The first thing I'm thinking of when they're coming out and saying the front end is the front end is what we changed and the protocol is decentralized. How many people are going a back door to interact with Uniswap? So you want to be the biggest decentralized exchange in the world, but your front end is the one that you're going to be messing with, but people can go around the back. Who is doing that? Who is doing that? So the fact that they come out and say, and the defenders are saying, hey, you can use this route around, that's not the product. The product is the front end that they're trying to interact with moms and pops. I've had guys who are not in crypto whatsoever go on to Uniswap and buy tokens. They're not going to go through a back end here to interact with that. So really, in essence, yeah, you can say all you want, but you're really monitoring and affecting. And the other part of this is the governance piece. There is no governance that happened here. There was no vote. There was no discussion. There was no forum. The Uniswap holders had no say. This was done by Uniswap Labs. So you see where I am on this subject. I agree with the pragmatism of saying we need to do this to survive. I think that was mentioned. Uniswap going this route is an evolution to survive. I agree with that. We just, I think, should have a little more discussion on what's decentralized and what's not. And they're kind of showing themselves and branding themselves as this DEX. Really not. I mean, you're more decentralized than Binance, but so I love the comments coming through. Let's see a comment here. Importantly, the Uniswap protocol, unlike the interface, is a set of autonomous, decentralized, immutable smart contracts. It provides unrestricted access to anyone with an internet connection. So really what has to happen here, and I think one of the lads talked about this, someone needs to fork Uniswap aka Sushi, but someone would need to fork the front end of Uniswap and maybe not have the Uniswap team be involved. And so now the Uniswap team can't claim any liability. Moonboy won't be nice one day, and when one of your coins you got a nice bag of is suddenly not listed on Uniswap. Expo saying people you're ashamed of use the back door. That's actually a pretty deep comment there. Uniswap saying, yeah, you guys can go in the back. So really a regulation heavy episode today. Moonboy saying, I think all self-custody private wallets or wallets not on exchange are going to have to be registered on a federal and state level and possibly licensed. Oh man. It's crazy because as crypto grew, we were always going to come to this point where we're at right now. I mean, but it was going to be, it was an if, not a when, not if. Crypto Stamina saying if it saves from having to block country IPs, then 100% the right move. Yeah. You know what it is? I'm probably a little bit jaded from them taking VC money. That is probably what most of this is. I mean, again, you guys have laid out the perfect kind of argument. There was no way around it. If they wanted to be the biggest decentralized exchange in the world, they need to go this route or they'll get canned and thrown in jail. So it's a pragmatic move to survive. The problem is they started with the ethos and it's moving away, but that happens. That happens. So Don R saying Q is the center of the universe for understanding this space, and I'm so appreciative. I'd like to think I'm in the universe, definitely not the center of it. I'm a planet on the outside, slowly making my way closer. It sounds more like a comet than a planet. I'm getting deep into that analogy, but I appreciate your words, Don R. Crypto Stamina saying OVOT. Really cool. I want to get one piece, and I've got this in the description. This is from Bruno here, one of the lads that's dropping Mad Alpha all the time about DeFi in the DeFi channel in LADZ City. This was Uniswap. I'm not sure what role this woman hold, but they're not a big team. She's relatively high up, but they spoke at ETC.
You made it. I barely made it.
So all of the things we're talking about now, you want to hear what they have to think about where they're headed. It's in the description. Check it out. So great insight there. Thorchain's up like 40%. They dealt with 2 hacks in a single week. The transaction hash actually, had the short message here. He said he could have taken ETH, BTC, LYC, BNB, and BEP20s if we wanted to teach a lesson minimizing damage. Listen, Thorchain was hacked twice in a week. They initially lost a bunch of money, and then on the second attempt here, I believe they made off with about 8 million. So Thorchain's on Cosmos and allows for cross-chain swaps. And they were hacked multiple times. And people basically said that Thorchain was dead. Hard to stick a fork in them, but it's tough here. So we know that this has been a major issue with DeFi protocols since inception. I mean, we've seen week after week after week of different sized hacks, all the way up to the tune of about 50 mil. Some of these are taken from the treasury, at least the response by a team. They essentially come back and say, hey, we'll make everybody whole from the treasury. So the Thorchain team has been quick to react on both occasions. Regarding today's exploit, they announced that the losses will be subsidized by the project treasury. They will again pause the network and seek out additional revenues. There it is again. You have a DeFi protocol removing things from their front end. You have a decentralized protocol freezing the network. And then you have the response here. They offered a 10% bounty. And then finally here, they said the treasury has funds to cover, but it's time to slow down. So it looks like we're going to see some evolving movements here from Thorchain over the next couple months. You hate to see it, but it is, that's the world that you live in. You're in the jungle. Shocker if you get attacked sometimes. So it is what it is. Andre actually came out with a great article, by the way. Need to link this in the chat for you guys. Phenomenal blog post. I love hearing from him. I've gotten rugged by this man a couple times, but really cool just reflection here about fair launches. He's talking a little bit about what we are talking about here. So decentralized collaboration. I believe he goes into a little bit on Uni. So all right, I'm going to touch on the chat here as we make our way out of DeFi and into NFTs. That's going to be a good one. We have Moonboy saying all of the DeFi platforms that have a CEO, there will be a partition pools where KYC, AML will be mandatory, digital signature tied to your KYC ID. Yeah, I mean, we've touched on it. We're moving into the more regulatory oversight environment. Parallel to this, though, you see a lot of development in anonymity tools. You see a lot of development there. That is going to be a cool space to watch. We get more, kind of regulatory oversight from the big exchanges where people are interacting, but on the one-to-one level, we're going to get a lot of, the retail trader is going to be able to do a lot of things with anonymity that they can't do now. Lucas, guys in chat, what do you think of the TLM investment? Don't shoot me. I sold my TLM this morning. That's a really interesting comment to get on the afternoon of my daughter's wedding. No, the day that I sell my TLM, I'm getting the only question I've ever been asked on TLM. I love TLM. I just can't keep up with it. I think their team is awesome. Gaming is the next vertical in NFTs. I think you're good there. I just can't keep up. Moonboy, you've been killing it, man. Get into the LADZ City. Get into the Discord. Love these comments, and we're having these comments all day long in the Discord. Thorchain needs to get its act together. All of these hacks are half-ass coded projects. Will make it easy for ultimate regulatory squeeze. Great comment there. So TLM can be sold for wax. Do your own damn research. Not investment advice. TLM can be sold for wax on... God, what is that exchange? The TLM team hates me right now. Actively showing all core exchange. ALCOR. This is not investment advice. Do whatever you want. Crypto for Life saying, ultimately, with all the government meddling in crypto, we are headed to an amalgamation of CeFi and DeFi hybrid kind of structure for crypto, aren't we? Exactly. Yep. At the end of the day, of course we were. Of course we were. It's the same thing with Bitcoin. When Bitcoin first started, looks a lot different than it does today. If you wanted to reach mainstream adoption, It's always a balance. Life's a balance. Easy. The Alcor exchange is super easy. Skill is being mentioned in the chat. The Alcor exchange is super easy, especially if you have you can have whatever wallet, but it was like a 2-click process for me to dump on the plebs. All right, 43 of you guys in the house. Appreciate you stopping by for Good Morning Crypto today. I have a lot of great talks. We're talking regulation. We're talking Uniswap. We're talking the market's pumping a little bit. Really quick, other top DeFi tokens that are pumping. You can see this is already out of date. Takes aim at 40,000. We're already over 40. The big winners for the DeFi surge right now: Aave, Sushi, Uni. Right? We go back to CoinGecko as I refresh this. Big winners as we find. Sold my Axie at $1. F in chat for that one. Sushi, Sushi's going super well. Sushi, Aave. Make our way down a little bit. Synthetics has fallen off a little bit. Synthetics was a darling for sure. Not that it's not a darling now, but it used to be Aave and Synthetics right up next to each other. I think Kane Warwick leaving that protocol hurt. I think speaking of decentralization, centralization, he left too soon. They decentralized too soon, but maybe he got burnt out. Mega F. All right, I didn't ask for that, all right? All right, boys. It is boys and girls, of course. Lads and ladies, lady lads. We are moving into NFTs. Obviously, we have a huge NFT contingent within LADZ City. We are very much an NFT city. As I get bombarded with Fs that I asked for selling Axie at $1. And the big news for today, which is coming up relatively shortly. So get those wallets ready. Non-investment advice. Do your own damn research. StonerCats. Now, like a lot of projects, what's happening here is they're funding a project through a raise of NFTs. At the base level, that's what's happening. There is no product already that they're selling an NFT integration for. They are very much, they don't have the product, and they are selling these NFTs that they know will sell out, and then they're going to use that to fund this initiative. Now the debate here, and it's going to get a little dicey. Someone at Ronan in the Discord and let him know that this is happening, because me and Ronan were getting after it this morning in LADZ City. So someone at Ronan in LADZ City, let him know that we're talking about StonerCats here, and this is the big debate. And you guys, I want your input here in LADZ City. We have an awesome, technically going to be an awesome little series here that they're trying to fund, and it's a who's who. Grandma's getting after it. Something in that joint there. Anyways, StonerCats, who's who, man. From a project perspective, it's always a piece here that with NFTs, celebrities getting in, it's always going to lead to some debate. Right? We have Mila Kunis, Ashton Kutcher, Vitalik Buterin. They announced this through a series of different videos that Ashton released on his Twitter. They have got Chris Rock, Seth MacFarlane, Jane Fonda. I mean, who's who? So you're going to be able to get these different StonerCats. Those are going to allow you access to the series. So if you get one of these cats, you can watch the series. They'll continuously update. Let me see if I can't get to the roadmap here. So here, 1% sold. First of all, this is selling out. You don't have to be a genius to understand that. There was here's the two big debates here, and I know I'm kind of going all around, but it's that big of a project where you're just like, all right, what's happening here? Why is this becoming such a big deal? One, the mint price is extremely expensive. It's like 0.3. Two, they said that they were going to increase supply after a certain amount were sold. It looks like, and Ronan pointed this out, that has since been, reworded to, hey, we were going to start with this 10,000-ish amount, and then we're going to, once we sell 50%, drop more on the market. It's like, why? So you can see a little bit of the roadmap here. All of those things are going to apply. As 75% are sold, you're going to see merch. There's physical collectibles. All of these really cool utility pieces here that you have with these NFT projects. There's going to be a DAO. So here's what you have. Initially 10,420. And then over the course of the season, there are going to be 3,000 new. And that's a no-no. So these are the two big pieces. One, mint price is going to be ridiculous. It is. And then two, you have more supply being dumped on guys who are investing in you early, right? Technically, you don't want that. We've seen the other way. The other way works better. You see gutter cats and a couple of these projects that have a low amount of supply doing well. So there's the argument. My problem with like the argument here is Vitalik's involved, man. I am 100% for that argument of saying, hey, this is a celeb cash grab. They're coming in 0.3, ridiculous. Vitalik's involved. Like, that's all you need. All you really need to know about this project is Vitalik being involved makes it a slam dunk. You are going to see people get in anyways. And being an OG myself, 2016, 2017, the fact that Vitalik is involved in this project, that's all you need to know. He could drop stoner cat shit and I would buy it. Because at the end of the day, that's a primary piece in ETH history. You have a PFP project that's going to have Vitalik involved. It doesn't matter. It could literally bomb and it will still hold value. All right, you guys are blowing up the chat here. I see a bunch of Fs. Flubber Online saying 3 years of animated content. Crypto Buffalo saying I might just have to buy me a stoner kitty. Moonboy saying didn't know Ashton Kutcher and Milo were behind this. And Easy and Crypto is coming in with the right approach. Why do A-list millionaire actors need to totally price out the little guys? 100%. I like the project, but drop the damn entry price for the regular little guy collectors. You can see, I mean, you guys are absolutely blowing up the chat right now. It's going to be tough for me to follow. Jonas is asking, is it even worth minting though? Its price is pretty steep. Listen, at the end of the day, most of us aren't going to even get this if we want it. And everybody knows why. Because the minute this drops, which it's dropping later today, the gas war is going to be unbelievable for this. You're probably going to spend, the mint price is 0.35, you'll probably pay $100 depending on what gas is at right now. Not that high, but what you see during these times of these big sales, it's going to spike. The chances that you do get a cat here without going back and canceling the transaction or upping the amount of gas and paying a large amount are low. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but that gas war is going to be amazing to watch. It's going to be a bloody day. Xbox saying if everyone is going to buy Q's 12-year-old whale project, why is anyone questioning that? Can we get a actual confirmation here? Because Does this kid look like me? I have to get this, man. Benjamin, what do I type in here? It's hard to see this. He had a video that looked way better. See if I can get to it. I don't know if he looks like me, XY. I'll try to bring it up. Look like 12-year-old me. I don't think that kid is real, by the way. I don't think that kid is real. Benjamin is not real. I don't care if they show the kid next to a video that shows the project in the background. I don't even know what to search here to try to find him. If anyone wants to drop that video of the kid sitting next to the computer, you let me know. I'll pull it up. Nick Swervis is saying, you want to be right or do you want to make money? That is true. So here, this is what we're gonna do. If you think Benjamin is real, say believe in chat. If you don't think Benjamin is real, then drop don't believe in chat. I wanna get a quick poll of you guys here in chat and see what's going on. Q, are you still doing NFT live when all your this is gonna be a thing, isn't it? I'm Benjamin, so you better believe. Okay, I know I got a little bit off the rails there. Again, the debate that is raging, it's too much. It's a celeb cash grab, yada yada yada. If you can get a cat, it's likely going to do well over the long term. If Vitalik was not involved in this, I wouldn't touch it. Although you still probably do well. We'll continue to monitor this. I believe it's going to be July 2 p.m. Pacific Standard. What is that, 5? So in an hour? But just good luck, man, because it's going to be a brutal... I said this earlier. I got 2 do not believes in chat. I got 1 believe. DP saying, I think he's your son and you're ducking child support. This is taking on a life of its own. Crypto Stamina saying believe. So listen, this is starting here in about an hour. We will monitor this. A lot of people are going to get wrecked. A lot of people are going to get wrecked. From the pure standpoint of the gas situation being ridiculous, you're likely going to be spending a large amount. And now that I look at it, man, with ETH pumping, that's extremely expensive. We're getting a lot of... It's about split, which is what I was expecting. And here's the last bit. If you're somebody that's watching this, or you're here trying to make a project, and you probably already know this, hopefully, if you've been in the industry for a little while, just lower the price and continue to get the secondary market sales. It'll do just fine. It'll do just fine. If you continue to build out the product, you leave it open to some type of like fair distribution, which this, not so much. Just lower it. The secondary will do just fine. And the more I talk about this with you guys, it's going... Oh yeah, that Discord is going to be nuts. I'm actually going to go in there. I need to be in there. That is going to be amazing. It'll be interesting to see if this sells out, man. The more I look at this, I mean, there's going to be a ton of whales, but 13,000 at 0.35. Let's see if we can. Let's see. Let's even just times that by 2, huh? 2,000. Oh, God damn. Oh my God. Oh. I feel like we were having the same discussion as the Uniswap piece, where I totally get the other side that are saying that. That are saying that I guess on the debate side, I get the pragmatic approach of saying, hey, the community approach is not being taken here. The mint price is too high. All that stuff. I get it. Yeah. If Vitalik wasn't involved, I am for that. The only reason I would get involved is because of Vitalik, which they did a masterful job there. X-Wow saying, seen too many episodes of Punk'd, have faith in that. That would be a Punk'd for the ages. Just a huge rug. It's going to sell out, guys. It's going to sell out. I'd bet my life on it selling out. So if you don't see me next week because it didn't sell out, you let me know. All right, moving on, because we did spend a ton of time on that one. 45 of you guys in the house, we are touching on NFTs. This is, in my opinion, I wouldn't say an easier lock, although it is. YGG is doing their token sale. Not investment advice. Do your own damn research. July 27th, which is tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard. They're doing this on SushiSwap, and it is going to be a Dutch auction. TLDR on the Dutch auction, it starts at a higher price, slowly goes down, and people like buy it up in spurts, and then it ends at a certain price, and everybody gets it at that price. I almost confused myself there. But it's basically a way to figure out fair market value. So TLDR again, if you're doing this, most of the ones that I've been involved with, whether that be Illuvium, in a couple other projects that have done the Dutch auction, usually they go down. Even if you think this is going to blow off, I mean, it's going to completely explode, which YGG would. Usually everyone's kind of playing the game theory of where can I buy it? So don't be surprised if when it starts at, I believe, 50 cents and goes down to 20. So yeah, starts at 50, goes down to 20. Don't be surprised when that goes below 50 and continues down. That's the function of the Dutch auction. I'm still getting some StonerCat love. Guys, good luck, man. I'm telling you that gas war is going to be brutal. That's going to be Normandy. That is going to be a lot of casualties, and I can't wait to be in that Discord for that. Okay, so I have the token sale, how to buy, do your own research. I'm not telling you to buy this in the description. The other one that I want to show you is the membership utility here. And TLDR, or that's like my new favorite word. Just for your knowledge, I fucking love what YGG is doing. I cannot wait to do this with LADZ, honestly. If you don't know what YGG is doing, they're essentially creating guilds. Like you would see in, I mean, there have been gaming guilds as long as games have existed. So you have guilds that play COD and a guild that plays WoW and a guild that plays, but more associated with guilds that are like RPG based, because you have the ability to have a bunch of members together, make a bunch of money, put it in a treasury, and use that treasury on cool things together, right? That's the function of a guild. It sounds like a DAO because it is. This is what YGG is doing. The whole entity sits on top, Yield Guild Games and the DAO. Then they're doing all of these little other guilds in different games that, as you know, play to earn. You're actually making money. We've seen AXS scholarships, which I'm sure is I think, honestly, YGG is revenue positive right now. I mean, they certainly probably don't have any overhead. They're probably producing revenue right now. That's why it's so big. And LADZ will do this. We've seen Choina in LADZ City getting the Avagachi chat going, getting the Avagachi ambassador program. That's exactly what we want to do with LADZ. We want to break that out to 10, 20 different projects. The difference with YGG right now is that if they focus on play to earn games, you're actually producing a revenue. Let that sink in. I have goosebumps. So what is the utility here? Token rewards related to individual sub-DAOs. I talked about that. There's an AXS sub-DAO. There's a zRuns sub-DAO. Token rewards related to YGG DAO's overall activities. Access to exclusive guild-related content. Access to exclusive content and benefits within the YGG Discord. Access to exclusive merchandise selections. Voting in the DAO. Yeah, and Crypto Sam was saying YGG's SLP revenue is mind-boggling. I mean, I'm excited for this one. It's on Sushi. It's tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard, non-investment advice. The cool ass thing about this is there are going to be a lot of different guilds. Not within YGG. I'm talking about LADZ and this other guild and this other guild. I mean, it scales, right? YGG can't hoard all the assets in the game. There's going to be other guilds with other assets that can be lent out, producing revenue. If you don't see where I'm going with this, good luck. I'm in YGG tomorrow, and I can't say I hope you are too, because that would be clearly investment advice. All right, Easy says he's got to hop in a Clubhouse. I speak on Mondays. Great show today. Thanks, brother. Talk soon. So we spoke with Yatsui or Yatsu. Apologies. Animoca Brands, he was talking about this Brinc partnership. So basically they're starting a partnership for a accelerator, a launchpad of sorts, with Brinc, which they're going to be primarily focused on finding products that aren't NFT based, aren't blockchain based now, and bringing them in via Brinc, via Animoca Brands, and funding them and seeing them grow. So really cool stuff. Wanted to give a quick shout out to Yacht and that team at Animoca Brands. We'll most likely be working with them super closely over the next year and what have you. So Animoca Brands, Brinc, launching that. And then we will finally touch on the Whelps NFT Drop. This is another one that's going to sell out. Kagiyan has been, first of all, blowing up in LADZ City. He's been covering this Whelps NFT Drop. This is going to do super well. Love the art, but it's really the utility here that's the key, right? You have an evolutionary path, which, by the way, all this is a delayed reveal with gamification. So all the haters that said delayed reveals were bad, I mean, this is a delayed reveal. They just put it in an egg instead of putting a huge question mark and revealing on a certain date. Now what you have is the ability to have an egg, and it evolves over time if it's not transferred. So it's gamifying the delayed reveal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different times. That's all it is. So I died on that hill for delayed reveals, and this is all it is. And it makes it fun, man. There was a bunch of pushback. There was a bunch of pushback from the most of the community on delayed reveals. I think Bored Ape Kennel Club did it. Deadheads really just threw us all under the bus at that point. All of the people that love delayed reveals, Deadheads was like, we're gonna wait a week to reveal. It's like, dude, come on, man, come on. So Lucky Manekis did it as well. There were a lot of people that were doing it. Gave it a bad name, but this is a delayed reveal inside of an egg, and it evolves over time. Whelps is gonna do super well. You see the different traits here. So they got some traits where you're going to be able to see that. Layers, breeds, body patterns, moods, breath, horns. Fair distribution. There's going to be... They did this right. If you want to know how to drop in a fair distribution way, 7,777, which is right in that window, right, of being not too much, not too little. And they're doing it for 0.07. Not that bad either. And then 3% is going to royalties, half of which contributes to the community wallet growth. So literally perfect. You got the utility piece that's going to blow up. You've got the fair distribution, which they did a great job with. Again, those little subtleties right there. They're not doing 10,000 that's played out at this point. They're not doing 2,000, which they could have done, but they're doing it for 0.07. It's about the right price that you want to see. As is the case with these PFP projects, free Whelps for, they're doing utility. So free Whelp airdrops, derivatives, treasure hoarding. So 7% of revenues will be used to initialize a community wallet at 100%. So a lot of little different cool utilities here. And again, gonna sell out. So good luck, not investment advice. Do your own damn research. And that's it. We fucking killed it today, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by, man. We touched everything. We touched LADZ City. We touched NFTs. We touched DeFi. One quick thing I'd love for you guys to do. Obviously, I'd love for you to like the episode. That would be great. It helps get it out. Tell people about LADZ City. Hop into our Discord. We're popping off all the time. One thing I'd love for you guys to do really quick, and I'm going to put it in chat. Spencer Noon is a very large Twitter personality related to a couple other VC firms. He's asking, what are the largest crypto communities on Discord that are not affiliated with a project? That's us. I know someone came in and commented on China saying, you guys have your own token. Doesn't that mean you're your own project? Well, I guess technically that's true, but really have to kind of monitor your use of project, where whenever you get a lot of people together and you're trying to accomplish something, that could be a project. So our goal is to be a cross-project community, to talk about all these different projects and not be associated with just what we're building here, right? Our literal goal is to house all different types of NFT, DeFi, all this stuff, but definitely heavy in the DeFi space for sure. So if you guys could do that and hop over to Twitter, let them know about LADZ City, that'd be great. All right, man. 42, you guys stayed the whole entire time. You guys killed it. Truly, truly appreciative of you guys every day, man. Thank you so much. Moonboy saying, peace, my G. DP's grabbing 7 Whelps, because I believe that's as much as you can get. Choin is saying, Venly AMA in the Avagachi Discord tomorrow. Hoping to see you lads there. Definitely get over to that. Jonas is saying, how about Enemy Metal? We did have them on NFT Arcade yesterday. Check that last episode out. That was amazing. We've got Season 2 coming. August 1st, 2021. We'll make the announcement here this week. And we will get after it, man. I don't want to leave you guys right now. I don't want to leave you guys. Guys, good luck on StonerCats. I know a lot of people are waiting to get there. I'm going to peace out right now. This has been a great episode of Good Morning Crypto. We're coming to you live every Monday to get the week started, starting at 2:30 Eastern Standard. Leave a like if you love the content, and I will get up out of here, man. Appreciate you guys. And as our friend, the Ukrainian Beard, always used to say, and probably still does, happy trading.